Hello, my name is Dante Renee, and welcome to the 10 Room Bizarro YouTube page. Today's movie is Das Haus, I believe I'm pronouncing that correctly, otherwise known as Blue Rita by Jess Franco. Blue Rita is actually put out in 1977, and this is part of the Jess Franco Golden Goya collection by Ascot Elite. And you can actually get this collection through diabolicdvd.com because it is German releases. And I'm blocking out some of the cover here, but these are Blu-rays that are region free, and I'll be reviewing a lot of these on this YouTube page. And they have amazing transfers. Definitely worth your while. They are quite expensive. You can get them because they're all imports, but they are all region free. And this is all part of the Jess Franco Golden Goya collection. When he was actually, this is kind of when Erwin C. Dietrich was producing these films. And Blue Rita is his 1977 film. Clocks in at 79 minutes. And all of these are uncut on this Golden Goya collection. Blue Rita. You know, these films are so packed, so dense, so complex, so amazing that it's very hard to talk about these films because you know you're going to be missing so many details, and that's the sign of an amazing movie. And Jess Franco's films are indeed amazing to me. Blue Rita, this is really, wow, this is a psychedelic, sci-fi, metallic, aluminum foil, cold Jess Franco film that actually takes place in the city, I believe Paris. And it's actually a film that it has a cold feel to it. The cinematography, but also maybe the weather. This is not a Caribbean Jess Franco film by any means. It's cold. It's you know, traffic and trains and kind of city systems are his birds, are his animals, are his palm trees in this film. It has a totally different, you know, look. It's not a Caribbean Jess Franco film. It's not a warm climate kind of vacation-y type of vibe. And the Blue Rita is a club, and it's also a woman. And it's the atmosphere of this is just so otherworldly, weird, psychedelic, sci-fi in a way, almost Barbarella meets Jess Franco in a way. We have furniture that is filled with air. We have bizarre figures sitting on this furniture. We have smoke, and we have buttons and levers and secret passageways. We have mannequins, and we have bizarre lighting, lots of green tones, lots of red tones. There's even this fascinating bar that's filled with red. There's another room that's dimly lit with red. It's really otherworldly. Also, you almost see the cross of cultures in different rooms of these films, and this film. And like I said, it's a very metallic, metallic architectural, metallic vibe. Metal beams, you know, kind of steel trappings. And then also this, you know, lavish 70s, gaudy, awesome, furry, you know, sleazy type of rooms as well that we know Jess Franco for, and that we know European exploitation cinema for. You know, the music in this film, you have very, very deep jazz in this film. Very, very deep, smoky jazz, where it's almost like cigarette smoke is coming out of that saxophone. Real husky jazz. But then you also have futuristic, almost Jess Franco meets Forbidden World, or Forbidden Planet, should I say, and synth, futuristic, experimental, avant-garde music that's very dark, very weird, very experimental, very off-putting. And you have so the music kind of plays with all that. And again, the music plays with different tones. This film is predominantly dark and predominantly very bizarre and weird and otherworldly, but also, and when I say otherworldly, I mean it operates in a different world. I mean, while it's very much grounded in reality, at the same time, this Blue Rita club is operating in a completely different world, a completely different level of consciousness almost. And you have different tones here again, which is similar to Jess Franco films, where you have, some very horrendous things happening, and then all of a sudden the music kind of gets light, and you get a picture of the cityscape, which is replacing kind of his Caribbean scape, or his island scape, or his palm tree scape, or monkeys crawling in trees, or, things like that. Um, this film plays with some of the most dominant women I've ever seen in one of his films in a way. A very feminist type of film, a very man-hating type of film in a way. Really playing off of very, very strong women in this film. And it also plays off of art in this film, to me, where you see artistic pieces that are just as sexual as the film. And in a way, it's almost that art is, why do we so much look down upon sexual films when our art is filled with nudity, our applauded art that's looked at in schools and fine history books. Um, this film is filled with twists and turns, and probably has the most twists and turns in a short period of time than maybe any film I've seen. Definitely any Jess Franco film, but maybe any film I've seen. The last 15 minutes of this film, you say that a lot with with Jess Franco films, but the last 15 minutes of this film, holy crap! Like you're like, ba ba boom, 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 ba boom, ba boom. It just keeps turning in on itself. It keeps twisting. It keeps turning. It keeps going in and in and in and in and in and in. You're like, oh my gosh! Just when you figured it out, you did it again, and just when you figured it out, you did it again, and just when you figured it out, you did it again. Wow, wow, wow! That it's so the twists and turns are unbelievable. We have some very, this is a very unique and bizarre storyline. It is a very complex story that is there are elements of it that the viewer maybe might never understand. And um, there are very bizarre and very otherworldly things happening in this film, and the film plays by its own set of rules. And there is the torture in this film, the violence in this film plays in an otherworldly realm as well, that is based upon wanting to have sex when you can't. It's based upon different potions and formulas and liquids. It's based upon revenge, and it's based upon greed, and it's based upon control. And the torture involves rape, and when we have dominant women almost turning in on themselves sometimes, and using torture to torture on torture. It kind of goes deeper and deeper and deeper. This is a very sexual film, and it's a film that, like most Jess Franco films, obviously, a very sexual film, and lots of full frontal, mostly vagina, but penis as well. Lots of full nudity, lots of amazing outfits that accentuate the nudity, and it kind of has a level where you aren't getting really invasive with the nudity, although it's extremely, NC-17 in its own right if you were going to rate it that. But then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, you get really explicit with some fingers on a vagina, kind of stroking. So you have, out of nowhere, it goes into another level. Really, amazing shots in this film. The cinematography in this film is amazing. It's very metallic, it's very cold. There aren't zooms in this film. It's more slow. It almost reminds you of Jess Franco meets Stanley Kubrick in a way. It's very oh wow, it's slow and it's lavish, and it's filled with montages in this film, amazing montages in this film. Wow. And there's a club, and the club is filled with cross-cultural sexual role-playing art from across the world, and some of the most bizarre showpieces at this club that you've ever seen. Sexuality meets the bizarre, sexuality meets the creative, sexuality meets the artistic. This is the Club of Blue Rita. One of the best opening sequences of a film that I have ever seen in my entire life, as the sign flashes, the title of the club, the neon sign flashes, Blue Rita, Blue Rita. A lesbian sex scene filmed through a fish tank, as it seemingly is out of focus because of the water of the tank, but then all of a sudden you realize it's actually because he purposely was out of focus, and then all of a sudden it goes into focus, and you now see it clear when originally you didn't think it was going to be clear because of the water of the tank. You have Eric Falk, who's an actor that was in a lot of Franco films from the Dietrich era here, that's featured on the Golden Goya collection. And he's awesome. Wow, there's some action sequences in here. There's gunplay in here. There's stabbing in here. But there are some fighting sequences in here with Eric Falk that are just awesome. He's awesome. He's fascinating. Definitely, I mean, it doesn't look like there's any stunt people here. It looks like the people are being the stunt people, falling down steps, falling in the boxes, falling on the cement ground. Eric Falk has some fight sequences in here that are freaking awesome. The women in this film are very alluring, just like in all Franco films. Their bodies are awesome. Their looks are intriguing. You're always looking for new looks of a female in one of his films. And even Eric Falk as a man has a very bizarre overbite and a look himself, a very masculine type of look himself. And the sex scenes with him are always very interesting in the way that he takes control and commands them. This is a film that is very sexual, very erotic, and at the same time very disturbing, but alluring at the same time, because that's what the storyline also plays with. We even have gas mask sequences in here. We even have rape, as I said before, but we also have just amazing lesbian scenes and straight scenes and bizarre sexual practices that are happening in shows, and we have bizarre sexual chemistry scientifically happening, maybe torture, maybe not, maybe it's regeneration biologically, sexually. Folks, this is Blue Rita. The people, the women are beautiful, the bodies, the boots, the outfits, the foil, the leather, the Pippi Longstocking, the underwear, this is just the shoes, the feet, this is Blue Rita, Das Franjas. This is Blue Rita. If you are a Jess Franco fan, if you are a fan of eccentric cinema, if you are a fan of the erotic, if you are a fan of the bizarre, if you are a fan of movies that have no boundaries, then you want Blue Rita. This was the 10 Room Bizarro YouTube page. Thank you for watching. More Jess Franco to come. Check out my own films at youtube.com/poopydiarrhea. Thank you, and thank you, Mr. Jess Franco.